Okay, welcome to this deep dive. We're going to tackle something that's happening right now, and it's really fundamentally changing, well, everything online, isn't it? How people find information, how content even gets created.
Hmm.
You sent us a whole stack of notes, lots of research on this, and our mission today is really to unpack it. What is this shift? Why does it matter for you? And, crucially, what can you actually do about it?
Right. Get a handle on it.
Let's kick off with a pretty surprising example. This came straight from the research. Imagine this. A marketer, they spend 10 grand optimizing one blog post, gets it to #1 on Google. Fantastic.
Yeah, sounds like success.
But their traffic, it actually dropped. How does that even happen?
Well, that example, it's kind of wild, but it really highlights this huge evolution, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And how creators and search platforms interact. The old playbook is definitely being torn up.
Right. For ages, it felt like a deal, you
Yeah.
know? Make good stuff, optimize it, follow Google's rules.
And they'd send people your way. High ranking meant traffic, visitors, leads, the whole bit. That was the game.
But what we're seeing now, looking through all this material you sent, is that Google isn't just like a helpful librarian pointing to your content.
Oh, it's actually starting to compete with your content. That's the core change.
And you see this competition really clearly with these new AI features rolling out, things like SGE, Search Generative Experience.
Exactly. Google's now just giving full AI-written answers right there on the search results page.
So the immediate question that pops up for anyone making content is, well, if the user gets the answer right there.
Why click? Why go to your site? The direct hit is fewer clicks, definitely fewer visits, and maybe fewer leads, fewer conversions, whatever your goal is.
And this isn't just like a theoretical worry. The data we looked at, it's pretty stark.
Yeah, some studies are showing what? Over half of searches now end without a single click going to any result.
Right. They call it zero-click search. And it's just reshaping everything about organic traffic.
And, stepping back a bit, it's not only Google doing this. Bing's got ChatGPT built in now. And you see these other tools like Perplexity.ai. They're built from the ground up as answer engines. And they're getting traction. AI is moving right to the center stage for search.
So the big picture, the main idea coming out of all this research is that search itself is changing. It's not just the road to your content anymore.
It's becoming the destination. And if your strategy hasn't caught up to that, well, you risk just fading out, becoming less visible where people are actually getting their answers now.
Okay, so that brings us to the really crucial part. What does this actually mean for you listening? If you create content, if you have any online presence, why should you care deeply about zero-click and these AI answer things?
Or the blunt truth, and this came through loud and clear in the notes,
Right.
is that Google's priority, it isn't necessarily sending traffic your way anymore.
Right. Their main goal seems to be keeping users on Google, showing ads, boosting their own engagement numbers, giving those quick, helpful answers right then and there.
And how do they do that? Often by using your content. That blog post you work so hard on. Google's AI can summarize it, paraphrase it, and stick that summary right above your link. The user gets the gist without ever landing on your page.
And that's where, as some of the material pointed out, it starts to feel a little, well, uncomfortable.
Like you're training the AI that might be reducing the need for clicks to your own site.
Yeah, exactly. It's a strange loop.
So the key takeaway, repeated over and over in the research, visibility.
Yeah.
Just being seen in search results does not automatically equal traffic anymore. That's a massive shift in thinking.
That means for your strategy, if it's only about ranking blog posts and hoping for clicks.
You need a fundamental rethink.
Right.
Absolutely. From the ground up.
Okay. So what's the new goal then?
The content needs to do more now. Ranking is just table stakes. Maybe not even that sometimes. It needs to really resonate. It needs to be shareable, spread organically, and actually convert or provide value outside of just getting a click from a search engine result page.
So we need to broaden our focus. The research mentioned some key areas becoming way more important now. Things like brand recognition.
Definitely. Building a strong brand.
Right.
Also driving direct traffic, people coming straight to you.
Okay.
Creating content that's so good, others actually cite it or share it, and really leaning into multi-platform distribution, not just your website.
Because just ranking isn't enough. The goal now, the real aspiration, is to, what was the phrase? Own the conversation in your space.
Own that conversation.
And owning it means realizing that search isn't just Google anymore, right? People are going straight to other places for answers. You mentioned Perplexity, ChatGPT, U.com.
They're getting instant answers there. And these tools, they work differently. They summarize, they synthesize information. They don't just send you off to different websites typically.
And what really jumped out from the material was how much stuff these AI engines are scanning. It's not just your website's pages.
No, not at all. They're looking at Reddit threads, YouTube video transcripts.
Transcripts, too.
Yeah. Podcast show notes, like the ones for this discussion, Twitter or X threads, even Substack newsletters. It's incredibly broad.
So the big implication there is your entire digital footprint matters now for being found. Not just the website, everything you put out.
Your whole online presence is being indexed and summarized.
Okay, so the big question the research kind of leaves hanging for you, the listener, is this. Are you building that recognizable brand presence across different platforms? The kind of presence AI tools can find and see as credible?
Or are you, maybe without realizing it, sort of fading into the background in this new search environment?
Right. Okay, so we've laid out the challenge, the changing landscape. Let's shift gears. Let's talk about solutions. How do you actually adapt and hopefully succeed in this new AI-first world?
Yeah, let's get into the actionable stuff. The materials offered some pretty clear strategies.
First one seems foundational. Diversify your content channels. Makes sense.
Simple logic, really. Don't put all your eggs in the Google basket anymore. You need to repurpose your core ideas, tailor content for other platforms.
Like what specifically? What did the research highlight?
Well, YouTube came up a lot, apparently. AI really likes processing video transcripts. LinkedIn, for that professional credibility. Podcasts, obviously, for conversational content AI can digest. And even things like Twitter X for quick ideas and engagement.
And the why behind this is building authority, right? The more you show up consistently across relevant channels.
The more these AI tools are likely to see you as a trusted source. It builds that overall brand footprint that signals authority.
Okay, strategy 2. Create content that's ungoogleable. What does that mean exactly?
It means focusing on stuff AI struggles with. AI is great at summarizing facts that are already out there. It's not so good at, say, truly original opinions or insights from your unique experience or maybe proprietary data you've gathered.
Ah, okay. So lean into your unique angle.
Exactly. Original takes, bold statements backed by your expertise, deep dives that go beyond the surface level. The aim is content that doesn't just answer a common question, but gets referenced by others because it's unique and valuable.
Got it. Makes sense. Third strategy gets a bit more tactical. Optimize for AI engines directly.
Yeah, this is about how you actually write and structure things. Clarity is key.
Like, answer the question up front.
Pretty much. Structure your content to answer specific questions clearly, maybe near the beginning. Use things like citations, FAQ sections within your articles, provide good context. Basically, make it easy for an AI to understand and trust your information. Clean, credible content wins.
Okay. Strategy 4 feels like a bigger mindset shift. Build first-party audiences. Move away from just chasing clicks.
Precisely. Instead of relying solely on platforms to send you people, focus on building direct connections.
Like an email list.
Yeah, an email list, a newsletter is huge. Or building a community maybe on Slack or Discord or wherever your audience hangs out. Anything that gives you direct access.
And the benefit there is independence.
Huge independence. You're less vulnerable to algorithm changes, platform whims. You own that relationship with your audience. That's incredibly valuable.
Okay, and the final strategy they mentioned, measure what matters, because traffic numbers might look different now.
Exactly. If zero-click searches mean overall website traffic might dip, just staring at that number isn't helpful. It might even be depressing.
So what should you track instead?
The research really pushed focusing on deeper metrics. Things like engagement rates on different platforms, the quality of leads you're getting, not just the raw number, actual conversions, obviously.
And maybe softer things too, like brand awareness.
Yeah, brand recall. Do people remember you? And the loyalty and engagement you see within your direct audience, like your email list or a community, those are better signs of health now.
So wrapping this up, it sounds like, yes, the game has changed. Google might not feel like that reliable friend sending traffic anymore.
For many, yeah, that feeling has shifted. But the key thing is this is manageable. It's a shift, maybe a challenging one, but navigable.
The core message, pulling it all together from the research, seems clear. The rules for online visibility are definitely different now. You can't control the algorithm, right?
Nope, you can't.
But you can control your message, the quality of your content. You can control the channels you use. And critically, you can control those direct relationships you build with your audience.
And that's where the real sustainable power lies going forward. It really is.
It's definitely a fascinating time, maybe even exciting if you're willing to adapt.
I think so. Lots of opportunity for those who lean into it.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's leave you, the listener, with something to think about based on everything we've shoot over today. If getting that click, that website visit, isn't the main goal anymore in this era of AI answers,
Hmm.
what does true online success actually look like for your content, for your brand now? What new kinds of value are you trying to create? And maybe more importantly, how are you going to measure that impact beyond just counting website hits? Something to really consider as you figure out your next